Hello everyone. In today's session, I'm going to talk about my favorite web development editor. So when I started my career as a web developer, I used to always search for a perfect editor that will help me to code my JavaScript programming. With my background of backend developer and coding with Java using Eclipse like editor, always used to fascinate me in a way that if I can get an editor like that while doing JavaScript programming, it will be perfect. But maybe 10 years back, 8 years back, I really didn't have much choice. But in the recent past, if I go back around 3 years, I got a very nice cool editor called Sublime Text, and that's what I have started my programming with. And this was a cool editor that time. There was not much available apart from this one, and it evolved a lot over the period of time. Recently when I tried Sublime Text 3, I found that the community support has grown a lot. There are lots of plugins available that people can use, and it's basically real awesome editor to code JavaScript, even the SAS programming or less, or CSS programming. There are lots such plugins available. After using Sublime Text for a while, one of my friend introduced me to another IDE called WebStorm. This is from JetBrains. I was really surprised when I saw this IDE for the first time. This gave me a feeling of using something like Eclipse. The way it performs autocomplete, the integrated terminal to build things, being in the code, the way you manage your files, everything seems to be so awesome. I fell in love with WebStorm and started using it. Only downside I felt with WebStorm is like it's priced, so you have to buy. I remember purchasing a license paying $99 and with a renewal of $49, which was a bit costly at that point of time, but the kind of feature it provides, probably that cost is kind of fine. I used WebStorm maybe for 6 months or a year, close to a year, and then I got to know about something called Visual Studio Code, and this is the editor that I'm using currently. This probably the best that I have seen while programming on something like Angular 2. The inbuilt support of TypeScript, plenty of popular extensions that you can install and play with. Similar features like WebStorm, like integrated terminals, debugger. This is just so awesome. I find it really good. Another cool feature that I find in Visual Studio Code, just like WebStorm, is Git integration. I mean, you can really see the file changes, can stash your files, can push your files, can commit. You can basically do all Git operation being in this editor itself. So it is super cool. And another cool factor that I like is it is free, open source, and it runs everywhere. So you can install on Windows, you can install Ubuntu, everywhere. So I have installed a version over here, and this is my Visual Studio Code. I'm just trying to pull it out. Once it loads, you should be able to see my project at the left side. So I see my project at the left side. I see some code over here. This is my Explorer. This shows my Git integration. Then there are few other stuff like I can install any plugin that we want. I can just type for Angular 2 extension. I search for it. I have plenty of such. The one that I like, probably I can install just with a small click over there. So this is pretty cool. I know there are a few other stuff like it has an integrated terminal, so anything that you want to run on the integrated terminal you can quite easily do, and just write your command and it is kind of done. So this is cool. I'm exploring this right now. Hopefully I will use it for long time with my vision of working with Angular 2 or Angular 4. So this is the IDE I currently felt love with. Thank you for listening to this. Catch you in the next session.